Acidity, gastritis, hyperacidity, inflammation of the stomach, all these are synonyms for one and the same disease. Now acidity has become a common disease for most of the people, including children. What is acidity? Stomach is present here. See, we take food, we just take the food through oral cavity, it is just passing through the structures that are present here, then it just goes to the stomach through a tube called esophagus, then it reaches the stomach. In the stomach, food which we take is retained for 1 hour 2 hours. Digestion takes place only in the stomach, but mere passage for taking the food starts from oral cavity up to the sphincter, which is at the junction of the esophagus and stomach. How the person gets acidity or gastritis? Stomach is present here, but in our body we have got 12 major organs. These 12 major organs work for maximum time for 2 hours. They are always alert, they are more functional at that particular time, alerted to them. There is harmony between these 12 major organs. Each organ is very active at a particular level for 2 hours. Out of 24 hours, they divide 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours for each 12 major organs. Our stomach is very, very active from 7 to 9. At that time, when it is active, it starts producing. There is a lining mucous membrane of the stomach which produces enzymes which are meant for digestion of the food which we take more than 1 hour. At that time, the digestive enzymes act on the food which we are taking. In addition to that, pure hydrochloric acid is being secreted by the lining mucous membrane of the stomach. You must remember, one acid is being produced internally by the lining, one of the few types of cells which are present in the lining mucous membrane of the stomach. Pure hydrochloric acid, if it is produced, what will happen? It will irritate the lining mucous membrane if the food is not filling up the stomach. A cavity is present, lining mucous membrane is there. When the stomach is very active from 7 to 9, that is the time for breakfast. If a person doesn't take breakfast at that time, stomach will not wait for that person to take breakfast at any time. They are all automatic machines. At that particular time, alerted to them, they function. So breakfast time is 7 to 9. At that time, it starts secreting pure hydrochloric acid in addition to the enzymes. What will happen? The stomach cavity is empty, lining mucous membrane starts secreting pure acid. The acid actually will irritate the lining mucous membrane of the stomach. But then what happens? There will be irritation of the lining mucous membrane, which the person feels as the form of burning sensation. Initially it will be burning sensation. Then if the person skips breakfast at that time, then it becomes more of acid is being secreted. It is called hyperacidity. Then inflammation. The acid actually causes inflammation, that is called gastritis. Stomach starts showing the symptom of inflammation, that is called gastritis. So who is responsible for gastritis? We are only responsible initially. Then if the stomach is not fed at that particular time, 7 and 9, the sphincter which is at the junction of the esophagus and stomach, it is also getting irritated. The sphincter which is supposed to be closed like this, it becomes weak, then it opens. Then what is happening? The acid which is being produced here in the stomach, it passes in the wrong direction into the esophagus. Then the lining mucous membrane of the esophagus gets inflamed. That causes burning sensation here. That condition is called heartburn. If that becomes a habit for the person to skip breakfast permanently, what will happen? This extends into the pharynx, which is a common passage for respiratory and digestive system. That irritation, the patient may not feel the acidity here, patient may not feel the esophagitis, he will feel only dry cough. dry cough is the only symptom. Immediately he goes to the ELT, then there is no inflammation, or they give the medicine, but that is not going to solve the problem. The root cause is here. Unless the root cause is solved, the burning sensation or dry cough will be permanently there. In addition to this, if the inflammation persists for a long time, if skipping the breakfast is there as a permanent feature, what will happen? There is a connecting tube extending from between the pharynx and the middle ear. Middle ear is behind the external ear. So this is the bony growth here. So there is a tube which is called eustachian tube extending between the pharynx and the middle ear. So this inflammation extends into the eustachian tube. It also extends into the middle ear. When it extends into the middle ear, the symptom is permanent headache. The patient doesn't feel that he has got acidity, he does not know that he has got dry cough, he feels only the headache. One person came with headache for nearly 2 years. When I asked him what is his lifestyle and all those things, he usually skips the breakfast because he has got night duty. For nearly 2 years, he was suffering from permanent headache, chronic permanent headache, undiagnosed by anybody. Finally, when I just counseled him, I asked him not to skip the breakfast. He was taking breakfast, 2 or 3 sittings, he became all right. But only thing is, this symptom of gastritis extending into this region, which is called big name in allopathy, gastroesophageal reflex disorder. Reflex, it is going in the wrong direction. Gastroesophageal reflex disorder. People just call this one GERD, GERD. I have got GERD. Then I asked the patient, what is that you have got? They do not know that they have got problem here, acidity. They feel some problem here, or they feel some problem here. They have got permanent headache. Only by talking to the patient, you know the root cause. For this, solution is for gastritis or for GERD or esophagitis or heartburn or dry cough. If you know it is because of stomach problem, gastritis, Agnya Chakra, because oral cavity, or if there is any problem, inflammation, oral cavity will show the symptom of inflammation. The cheek, the lining mucous membrane of the cheek will become red, or lip becomes red, inflammation. So this is reflected here in the oral cavity. Treat the oral cavity by going to the Agnya Chakra. Treat the passage here in the throat region by going to the Vishuddha Chakra. Treat the inflammation of esophagus by going to the Anahata Chakra. Root cause is here, stomach, Manipura Chakra. Manipura Chakra has got control over the stomach. So in case of gastritis, hyperacidity, dry cough because of gastritis, headache because of gastritis, you have to treat 4 chakras: Agnya Chakra, Vishuddha Chakra, Anahata Chakra and Manipura Chakra. Another way of treatment without test, this is oral cavity. Here the oral cavity is present here. Treat here. So if it is dry cough, apply pressure here. Applying pressure here, getting rid of the dry cough is only symptomatic treatment. We don't treat the symptom alone. Dry cough is the symptom. Treat the dry cough by applying pressure here. Then this is the esophagus, the tube through which the food enters into the stomach. Apply pressure here. Treat the esophagus. Stomach is present here in the form of a big bag. Apply pressure here, automatically acidity can be totally removed. So recovery is total by going to the stomach, but symptoms are seen in the form of heartburn or dry cough or headache. Treat the headache by going to this region. Treat the throat irritation by going to the throat region, throat representative. Treat the esophagus by going to this region. This is where the stomach is present. All this can be treated by means of acupressure. Stomach, I already told you, Agnya Chakra, Vishuddha Chakra, Anahata Chakra, Manipura Chakra. By going to the chakras also, you go to the root cause of the problem. Treat both symptom and the root cause. Acidity can be totally removed by going to these chakras and also by doing what is called acupuncture.